folks. Greetings to you all, and welcome once again to this channel. I decided to start this channel because when I wanted to start this kettle business, there were some things that I wanted to understand, or I wanted to know to inform me of my choice or how to start the business. But it was very difficult for me to get some of those information. Something like, what am I talking about this time round? I'm talking about, let's say you have finalized on your decision to maybe start a cattle business. You have done almost everything. You want to start, like you've gone to, or you decided to go to the market to buy your stock or your initial cattle. How are you going to know which sizes is going to be ideal for you? How are you going to know the size you are going to pick? Are you going to pick, let's say, the white one in front of you right now in your shot? Or you are going to pick the size, or maybe the size? How are you going to know which one you are going to pick? Let's say, let me give an instance. Like you are having, let's say, 10,000, and you have decided to use it to maybe buy the initial stock, your animals. And let's say you go to the market and they say this size, the white one, this one in your shot, is say 3,000 or maybe thereabouts. That means maybe you can buy 3 of this. Or alternatively, say the white one, this one, this Gudali. Let's say you go to the market and they say it's 5,000. Are you going to buy, let's say, 2 of that or 3 of this? Or maybe you buy something like the one with the big horns and they say it's 7,000 or thereabouts. How are you going to know which one to pick or which one is going to be good for you? The first thing that is going to inform your decision, or that should inform your decision, is you should know the how do I even put this? You should know the, let's say, let me borrow this term, the gestation period, or the time that it will take for them to mature. You understand? If you pick this Gudali in your shot right now, how long is it going to, feed and develop that flesh to become, the size that you want, so that you can sell? I hope you are getting my point. That is my topic for this video. I want to say that if you pick a size like this Gudali, this one in your shot, you should prepare to feed it, or say keep it for about a year. Within about a year, if you feed it very well, it can grow to that appreciable level. For this one, you are looking at plus or minus 2 years. I said plus or minus 2 years in the sense that, let's say, all your, you start and you are unable to feed it very well. Probably you are even busy. You are giving it to somebody, and if you want something done well, the best person to do it is yourself. Let's say you are unable to do it yourself. You are giving it to somebody. The feeding is not going on very well. So in such a case, we are giving ourselves, say, 2 years. But on the other hand, if you yourself are taking care of them and you give them the best, say, treatment, feeding and everything, vaccination and everything, then probably in a year and a half or something like that, you should have it growing so big. But what even makes it more important when it comes to those timelines is that the longer the animal stays in your pen, the more costs you incur. That one you should know. Because whether you are sending them to the field to graze, in which case you are not really buying the feed, even in that case, the person who is taking them, the header, you will pay him monthly. And let's say you have a size that will take 2 years to mature, and you are paying the person monthly, whatever the agree salary that you are paying, you should know that in 2 years' time, it will amount to so much. But on the other hand, the person who bought, let's say, this size, the one in your shot, the big one with the horns, maybe you go to the market and you find it, and it's this size. The frame is like this, but maybe it has grown a bit lean, and you want to bring it in and fatten it. For 6 months, maybe it's very short. Say you buy this for, like I said, around 7,000 in the market if you are lucky, and you feed it a little, or I wouldn't even say a little, you feed it very well for 6 months, it should grow to the size that is appreciable for you to sell. So folks, I think that is very, very important. It's very important that you know that the size that you pick would affect your business in many ways. In that, if you pick the small ones, and don't forget, there was one thing that I almost forgot. The small ones are, I would say, in most cases, very vulnerable to diseases. And once they fall sick, if you are unable to treat it quickly and very well, you are likely to lose them. Experienced farmers will tell you that when you buy the small ones, the probability that you lose some is very high. But on the other hand, when you buy the, I would say, the middle-sized ones or the big ones, in most cases, even if they are sick, their immunity is to the standard that they can contain the disease somehow. So before you start your cattle business, you should really think about the sizes that will be ideal for you. If you buy the big one and let's say you keep it for 6 months, the person who bought the small ones and is waiting for, let's say, 2 years, the 6 months person would have gone how many rounds? Let's say about 4 rounds. And in which cases, if it's getting a profit margin of every animal, let's say 6,000 or 5,000 or whatever, then that would be 4 times that 6,000, 5,000 or whatever figure. And on the other hand, the one who bought the or say the 2-year one will have to wait for 2 years for the animal to mature. So that is what I want you to keep in mind as you decide to start your cattle rearing business. Like I said, before I started, there were some of these choices that was very hard to make because I didn't know what was going to be good for me. And it is in that light that I have decided to dedicate this channel to, inform my brothers and sisters who intend to start rearing cattle, that if you want to go into this business, this is what you should know, or this is what you should plan towards, so that you don't get discouraged along the line. Because like I said, if you buy these small ones and you have to wait for 2 years, you may get discouraged, because maybe you may have heard that cattle grow very rapidly, so you thought you buy this one and in this next 6 months it will be that big, but you bought it, you are feeding, you are incurring all those costs, and the animal is not getting to that size that you want. And don't forget, even though they are good converters of feed, but it doesn't mean that in the very short time it's going to grow that big. It has to take time. So it's those timelines that I want you to know, that as you are starting, you should know the sizes that is going to be good for you. Whether you want to keep your animals for say 6 months, or say one year, or say 2 years cycle, it is very important to plan along those lines. And one thing that I have to also add is that, let's say you are at a place where feed is very abundant, or it's almost it's available. If you are in such a place, then you should also consider adding the females, because with the female, every year, let's say once it starts giving birth, in every 3 years you should get two of the young ones, and in which case they will come as a bonus to your business. So without making this video very long, I want you to ponder on this as you are starting. Which sizes is going to be good for you? Are you going to pick the small ones, the medium sized ones, or the already grown up ones which are lean, so that you come and you fatten them? Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you find these informations helpful, I will urge that you like these videos so that it gets recommended to other people. And don't also forget to subscribe, because I will keep bringing out things that I have learned along the line, so that if, let's say, you are starting, you should also know what to do or how to plan your own. Thank you very much.